Hello YouTube, how are you all doing? So I didn't watch Brack's attempt. I tried to relax a bit since today is the start of my vacation. I'll watch it later. One scenario behind anyway, so I need to play some more during the week. So let me actually go into the briefing, since I completely forgot that when Brack blazed a different branch, that none of you actually get the briefing for the scenarios, like if you do the same scenario. So let me read the briefing for you. August 20th, 1941. Hello again, Herr General. It's a pleasure to see you once more. I have new orders for you. The instructions are as follows. You are to continue your efforts to encircle the Kiev pocket by securing all of your marked objectives. Once again, you are advised to avoid directly engaging Kiev, as intelligence has reported a weakened but sizable force still present in and around the city. For the moment, you are ordered to advance as far south as Zhurivka and Priluki, but no further west than that. I have a report that elements within Kiev may attempt to break out during your operations, and other Soviet relief elements from the east are attempting to link up with the forces in Kiev. Be careful not to fall between their pincers. Take care, Herr General. I eagerly await your victorious return. So, yet again, we this time are on the eastern bank of the river, and we're basically doing exactly the same thing, going south, staying away from Kiev. Except now we also will get a breakout attempt and a counterattack from the other side. I'm beginning to be a little bit weirded out by the choices on how these scenarios are implemented, because the previous scenario was actually not done by Army Group Center coming south. The other side of the river was actually taken by Army Group South regularly during the initial operation. And this one not coming through the pincer, I'm not really sure that there was any danger of the pincer falling into a pincer, but we are the pincer. So I'm not so sure about this. From what I know, this strike from Army Group Center into the flank of the forces that were trying to hold off Army Group South never really had any chance of encircling Army Group Center. Like, how the heck is that supposed to happen? That was only possible because the entire front down here was busy holding off Army Group Center. How the hell would they have the forces to then try and encircle another army group? Like, what? I mean, that Kiev would try to break out, that I can get, but the counterattack, nah, not really. But whatever. We're going to do it, so let me actually show you a plan that I have made, even though it's a little bit unhistorical what we're trying to do here. So, basically, we are, like on a lot of the maps that Brack has done, on a diagonal path. We're supposed to go from northwest to southeast and stay away from Kiev, and also be ready to have something come from the east or northeast to try and link up with Kiev. Not sure how they are thinking they're gonna do that, but we'll see. So I've basically split the area into two regions almost equally, so my two Panzer divisions have something to do. So first of all, they will cooperate and clear out that most northern town, simply because that's also completely in the way of the westernmost 1st Panzer Division actually getting across the river, because that's blocking the road. Once we have that, 1st Panzer Division will actually go to the south, take those two cities that I've marked with the first two arrows, and basically hold that area with strong enough forces to block that for any kind of breakout attempt. The rest of the 1st Panzer Division will continue south, take that area down. Can you actually see my cursor? No, you can't. Basically the most southern city, basically in the middle. That's also very important because that has an airfield attached to it. And then it will swing around and actually go for Priluki. That town with the airfield is actually Zhurivka, that the scenario is named after. You're like 2 separate Panzer Corps campaigning. Good idea, guys. Yeah, well, we modeled them after 2 different Panzer, well, not really Panzer Corps, because I'm not sure the 1st and 4th Panzer Division were even part of the same corps after Poland and France, but even in France they weren't anymore, I think. But yes, we modeled them after different kinds of Panzer divisions, so it's a different way of approaching things. So 4th Panzer Division will again also help taking that most northern central position. At the same time, it will go for the first target below that, but it will also send certain lighter forces directly to the east or southeast, because there's another very important airfield that is basically, except for the most southern one near Zhytomyr, or no, it's Zhurivka. Zhytomyr was the last one. Near Zhurivka, that's the only airfield that we can take except for Priluki. So except for the totally in the north, the first target that we'll take, and the last targets that we'll take, that airfield in the east is basically the only one that we have. The only other one maybe in Kiev, and that's obviously not something we're gonna try and get. So that's something they will take, and then they will also dig in there and hold. You have some bridge engineers. I'm probably going to use those to reinforce in the north that foresty area. I think those will be able to dig in there and just hold, because I don't know what else to do with the bridge engineers after I get over the initial river. There's no other rivers on the map. And the rest of the 4th Panzer Division was just swing around to the southeast and finally also go for Priluki and basically just encircle that map. So we'll see how that goes. That's the plan. I deployed 4 fighters, a couple of bombers. Each division deployed a scout and a anti-tank gun. I deployed the 88 for the other one. I'll see how I deploy them exactly. Let me get back to the game. So scroll up here. This is my deployment. We have these 2 guys. I will send them to hold this forest area. This is actually the important part. We're going to take this mostly for this airfield, and then somehow I have to secure this perimeter all the way to the edge of the map, while 4th Panzer Division is actually operating behind that. 1st Panzer Division will try to defend this. For this, I actually upgraded the SE Gebirgsjäger that we got into a Grenadier. Cost me a little bit of prestige, but again, we're not supposed to use Gebirgsjäger technically, so I will send those south together with the Panzer 3F and probably an anti-tank gun. I will try to secure this. I'll probably also leave a artillery here once we have that, and I will try to somehow secure this perimeter while the rest of the division goes further south and secures these 2 objectives and then goes for Priluki. So that's the plan. In terms of air forces, here you can see what I deployed. I also deployed the scouts since I want to know what is there, but I actually disbanded the old scout and bought a new one, which basically doesn't make any difference in terms of prestige. But now this is no longer a Rudel, but just a normal scout. Since the scout doesn't ever engage in actual combat, it's not important what it has. I think Rudel even lowered its defenses, so this is actually better. Other than that, 1 level bomber, Rudel, one of the Zerstörergeschwader, which is actually the spotting one, not our high initiative one. Just because I want a lot of spotting on this map. So, enough said, let's go into it. So immediately we see a scout, a panzer, or a tank rather. Oh, they even deployed something here. These guys are still high in overstrength. I don't get that. I thought we took care of most of the Air Force. Whatever. So let's see here. It's actually a scout tank. I want that forward. Okay. So that's already pretty defended. That indicates to me that there might be a counter-strike force already waiting here. I wonder where they are. They're probably either in this area or behind the river, but there's not a whole lot of space behind the river, so... But they could be deployed there, so... But there is already a strong force defending here, so we're not gonna go anywhere near that. There's actually an anti-aircraft gun inside the town, but not a pretty strong one, so we'll see about that. Wonder how I'll attack this, because this is actually annoying. Now I can't bomb this effectively. I'm not sure yet what I will do about this guy. I think it has anti-aircraft defenses, right? Yeah, that's why I wanted to suppress it. But let's see. Let's take care of the city first. Maybe then the tank can actually reach this once we've taken care of this crap. Let's use the Stuka to actually bomb this scout. Okay, Rudel took care of the scout. That's already great. Means something could already be able to go around. Apparently not. Maybe the scout? The scout can reach. That allows infantry to engage without leaving the security of the forest. And the 88 is actually in range for this. Let's take care of him. Think about that a little bit more. That can't reach. I have to think about this. We'll probably be able to wipe all this out, so let's think about what we can actually do to trap stuff here. Probably not a whole lot. Wow, that was disappointing. Let's be a little bit conservative here since we don't have a lot of artillery protection just yet. Not sure yet about the Panzer where I'm gonna send that, to the west or the east. This can be a trap. These things in there. I sent those guys in, that might be a risk, but I don't actually think so. This guy might counterattack here. So I assume he's gonna run into these two. Let's the scout. I think it'll go more like that. Check something. Yeah. Yeah, I is more likely to take pathfinding in this direction rather than this direction, so I'm assuming if they hit something, they will hit it like that. And we still get damaged. Oh, okay, whatever. Wait, let me actually... Not really any place to move the infantry to, so... Still like that. Scout is gonna go forward and block the bridge. Also already take a look. We'll build a trap here, which is hopefully gonna be one. We're also going to take a further look. Don't see anything. Put the bomber here. Yeah, let's just move like this. It's gonna be a little bit of a bottleneck to swarm out. So they can see this tank, so if they bomb anything, then it's gonna be that. They don't really see anything else except for this infantry. I don't think they will bomb that. I hope this guy attacks right into here. It will run into the heavy infantry, which is protected and should mess this thing up. And then it's in range of the 88. So that should go fine. Let's see. Nothing in range, unfortunately. Well, it got ambushed. Ugh. Yeah. They have another thing to attack. My scout is toast again. Thinking about whether I might give the scouts elite reinforcements after all, because they're a little too squishy now. Not completely suppressed, so it's not no point. kind of want to give that shot to my anti-tank gun, but not sure. I want one Panzer IV on that side anyway, so let's do it like this. Okay. Need to be careful with the scout again. Some reverts in the... Oh, crap. Sorry, guys. Totally forgot to put on the headphones. That's why you get that. Should be better now. Well, now one of these Panthers is on the wrong side, so send that one over. Okay. This could actually reach here, so it's probably not a good idea to go in there already. Okay, there's actually nothing in there. Means we could snipe it, but would they counterattack and would they actually have a chance? Not sure. Oh right, it can't attack because my tank is there. Okay, then this should actually be fine. This is a little annoying. Not that it can see anything, but... Brought 3 fighters, and we're probably gonna need all 3 to shoot this thing down, so... Let's see. Yeah, there's a whole lot of crap waiting there. That's gonna be annoying. So what do we do with this guy? Do we trap it? Or do we just shoot it? Probably better to trap it. Question is where? If anything fast gets to this and takes it out, at least I have the 88 to retaliate. Looking at this crap, I'm at the moment judging some wisdom of certain decisions. I'm not sure that I actually have enough to be able to build a proper perimeter here. This will be tricky. Okay, let's see, where could we potentially trap this guy? Well, it could attack this, because that's visible to this guy. I don't think they can see anything else, so that's pretty much the only thing they can attack. They could use a scout, they could move a scout up, but I don't think they'll do that, so let's try this. And I'm not gonna move in there. Next turn I will have the proper support. There's no real reason to move in here now. Good. Oh crap. I did not expect that attack to get in so early. Need to get into position very quickly. Holy shit, there's a ton coming. He finished it, Goose. Okay, never mind about the perimeter. We need to deal with this right away, it seems. So first take out the, or neuter the most immediate threat. lot to deal with at once. Okay, that at least seems to be the entire counterattack strike force from this area. This thing still has full ammunition, so we might as well do some damage to them. What I should do on my scout. Well, we'll think about that. I can see some artillery, but I can't protect everything, so I think the initial strike force is gone anyway. Good. Yeah, that was not so great, but not a major problem either. Okay, what do they engage? That was a weird decision to do that. I need to look at the values of this tank. Why are they feeling good about doing this? Why do they think this is a good idea? This is strange. Never seen the AI take such shitty attacks. This thing has 2 stars, no negative hero to speak of or anything. Why the fuck? Why did they do this? Oh well. Okay. First of all, I might want to bombard this because this is by far the most dangerous unit left right now. But I obviously also need to take care of this and this. So this is still the most valuable one that I can force a surrender on. Almost completely suppressed. Yeah, we'll see. I don't think I can force a surrender on this guy anytime soon, so let's just get rid of this asshole. And people wonder why I hate the randomness of this game. Hint, this is extremely likely why. Infantry holding its own. Those dice didn't go for the Panzer IV. Oh well. So... Actually, this is already a line that we're not supposed to go past, so it's not real use in pushing past this. There we go. Yeah, those attacks were really weird. Either they were really trying to go for this, well, I don't know what's going on. They basically were suicide. I mean, they did some damage, but damage they took in return was appalling. So far, this thing has been pretty ineffective, so I'm happy about that. Let's take it out. No longer interested in you. Tons of scouts, I'm not happy with that. So basically we're gonna now retreat to certain positions because I'm not supposed to go any further down here. So there's no point in me doing it. Actually, a little crappy that we have this dense forest here, but whatever. Yeah, unfortunately, this also doesn't allow me to do anything with this. I don't want to push it back, so let's make sure we get it. Ah! Let's be somewhat quick about this. And not mess around. So just make doubly sure there's nothing in the back. Now we just need to close this gap. Somehow rearrange ourselves into a defensive position again. That should be able to hold. Actually move that in there. And move the tank out. Well, actually, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the tank, so let's leave it in there for now. And then let's see, we definitely need to protect that. Definitely need to protect that. We might as well do so visibly. And then we don't have anything else anyway. Yeah, well. It seems there's nothing much they can do anymore. Where's 088? There we go. So, I'm not actually sure what I want to do with this area, since I don't know whether there's more stuff in here. So I'm gonna just retreat this stuff for now. I'm gonna risk this. I'm not sure about it, but it's not visible, so I'm gonna risk it. Good, that at least worked. Gonna move an artillery back there. We're gonna refuel this, rearm this. And I think this is a risk worth taking. I don't have anything to work that with, so we're gonna leave that like this. We're gonna move in this forest and move one more artillery over here. And start moving this direction. and hold these positions like that. They're in marching distance, so if anything... Ah, I'm an idiot. I got this airfield and now I'm retreating. I'm a moron. So if stuff is necessary to do, we can do it. Let me actually see whether this still works. Ah, not really. I'm gonna move the artillery in here and that way just hold this position. I'm not sure whether I'm going to move the heavy infantry in here. I might. What does this thing have in terms of heroes? Nothing. Still, if this digs in, that should be fine. And then we need to push further south. So I'm not sure the Panzer divisions are actually the way split up as they were supposed to be, but that's not a major issue. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3 artillery here, 1, 2, 3 artillery on this side. So the artillery stuff pretty much evenly allocated. The Panzers are equally allocated. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 heavy, 1, 2, 3 heavy. Yeah, we're pretty evenly allocated. Not sure that everybody's allocated according to its name, but that is not really important. We're evenly split. That's what's important. Okay, they stopped doing anything. That's already great. Not sure whether it's wise to bring my scout back, but I'm gonna do so. This force is gonna push south, so is this guy once we are in position to do something like that. So this position should already be fine to hold. Put this guy here, and put that there. And we're actually gonna rearm those two because they're low, both very low on stuff, you know, ammunition. Somehow this perimeter is something that I'm not really interested in. This, however, I am interested in. Okay. Where's Rudel? Ah, now Rudel is out of position. Yeah, I could have hit that. Well, doesn't matter. We'll be able to hit it next time. And that already shows you how important this airfield is. Everything else would be completely out of range. Otherwise, let's take a peek in this direction. That doesn't actually look that bad. So what's this? That's a regular unit, so let's stay out of its range for now. Let's block all approaches. Let's actually stay a little bit farther away. Maybe these guys are actually gonna hold here. On the other hand, no, not really. I think we need that stuff. I don't want to attack here. That could hit me, and that's a big one. Yeah, I don't think I want to do anything right now. Except refuel this, which I unfortunately have to do here. This guy's running out of fuel also. And yeah, move the Stuk to the center. This should be a situation where we should be able to break through. We have a strong concentration of forces right where we need to push through. And I think there's another counterattack coming in from here, but yeah, we should be able to hold that off. There's also another counterattack probably coming in from here. I'm going to scout that next turn. So we need to kind of build a little bit of a perimeter down here. So it depends on where they're coming first. I need to scout them out both. I have this one scout here, so that should be fine. Okay, they're not doing anything, so let's scout here first. Yeah. There is a striking force, so let's take out the biggest tank first. And then let's already prepare for that striking force. Okay, these guys are gonna hold. That's my perimeter already. Let's see what's on this side. Those are still far away, so let's use that. Fortunately, I can't reach that. Still. Already starting to work on it. Getting the artillery down there. And how far can the T-34 travel? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it could engage this guy. Hopefully that'll go well. For us, I mean. Hoping there's not another force down there. That's actually something we should find out. There's a KV. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he could actually reach me. But there's nothing I can do about him, so... no point. I hope he's still on hold. But let's at least not offer him our already damaged tank. Want them out of here though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can only reach the Panzer IV. I hope the Panzer IV can hold out. We have a defensive hero on there, so I'm relatively confident in its ability to hold out. This is already digged in 4, so this should be fine. This might hurt a little bit, but it's also not over strength, so I hope we're good. I hope there's not a whole lot more in there. And if there is, I hope they're not triggered yet. We'll see. Okay, that went actually nice. Yeah, that happens. It's no big deal. Good stuff. That's not a big deal. So let's immediately weaken that guy. Now we'll see. Is there anything in the back? Well, it's cloudy, so we're not really gonna see anything, so that's not worth trying. Yeah, we need this airfield so we can start doing something with the scout. Now we're gonna leave it here for one more turn, just so we know what's going on. What do we do about you guys? How do I take you out? This is a little too dangerous. I could be bombarded and then all kinds of crap can happen. It's just kind of also need to take care of that. Kind of need to creep forward here. Let's actually abandon that position. Not like we can hold it. If we lose that airfield, we lose that airfield. Actually gonna need that in the east more, because there's more shit going on there. I think the same is true for the artillery and for infantry. Need to clean this up quickly, so I don't think these defensive positions are actually all that relevant. So we're gonna move them. Yeah, we're gonna get hit here, but nothing can be helped with that. Rudel is probably gonna take a hit, but I think he can take it. Let's keep harassing them here, so the most dangerous tank is actually not going to do anything anytime soon. Those guys are digging in, should be fine. I don't want to push him away because right now we have him in a pretty bad position for himself. Yeah, I think this should be fine. If this thing dashes forward and hits this, we might be in a little bit of trouble, but I don't think so, since they can't see it. So I need to be a little bit careful with my Panzerjäger. Okay, that was not preferable, but that's fine. That at least moved it in range. Now the Panzer 4 is out of ammo. That's not so great. And yeah, I'm thinking not so much about opportunities for surrender right now. I'm trying to figure this out all together. Because this is tricky to get right without being overwhelmed by that counterattack that's soon gonna happen. I actually think I need that anti-tank gun down here. There's nothing moving yet though. If those guys try to break out, we need to be careful, but so far they're not yet doing anything. Yeah, Scout took a major hit, but I'm actually gonna pull that out because I don't want to lose it. I actually want that guy to keep some of that experience for a little bit. There's nothing back there, so let's move the Panzer 4 back there. So we have some major firepower available once we need it. Okay, this is gonna be the defensive ring around this. Can move the heavy infantry one down if we need to. I don't think we need that artillery back there. So I am assuming these guys are gonna attack as soon as I take the target. By the way, I can do this in 11 turns apparently. But I probably don't want to. Because I need to be able to defend it once I do. I hope they don't attack this turn, because these guys are a little bit exposed. Then again, they don't really have something super strong to attack them with. So Considering I'm constantly harassing them. Where's the other fighter down there? I think I should be fine. Again, these guys are not doing anything. Okay, they're attacking. That's fine. We're ready for that. Yeah, that wasn't much of a counterattack. Yeah, these guys are pretty fucked. Is a little vulnerable, but okay, since still nothing is moving down there, I'm moving a little out of position. Oh yeah. They can see this thing, so what else can they see? In case they want to go around, maybe I can trap them here. Trying to make them run into that. Let me check something again. Decisive victory. Capture all objectives. We do get all objectives, right? Yeah, okay. Just because this seems a little easy. Okay, didn't run into anything. But couldn't do anything either. Yeah, these guys are completely fucked. But I need to finish this up because otherwise I'm gonna run into the and into that. Should we not? That's not yet. I'm gonna prolong this for one more turn because in the east I don't think they can reach us in any time soon, and I don't think they can do a whole lot. Now I need a unit to move in here, otherwise we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. But that's not going to be a major issue. I think the Panzer can move in there, yeah. That was kind of a surrender opportunity, but I don't know how suppressed they were, so... Let's see here, what else can we still do? I don't actually think a whole lot. So yeah, after this I probably want to call it quits. Otherwise we're gonna get swarmed with BTs. Not that Rudel probably couldn't take them out, but I think they can build them faster than we can destroy them. So as long as we can't block that town. Anything moving? Nope. block that. No more buying. And yeah, do we take it or not? I think we can actually take these things. And I don't see any breakout attempt just yet, so... buying shit there now, but I still don't see any breakout attempt. Nothing seems to be threatening immediately, so... So I don't think anything can happen to us. I think we're pretty stable. So let me refuel everything once more. And save this, and I think that should be it, if I haven't overlooked anything. So we beat the 2 counterattacks from the east. There doesn't seem to be one from the west, unless they try now at the last second, which would be pointless, honestly. So let's watch this. Nope, doesn't look like it. So, decisive victory it is. Let me see. There we go. So, let's have to replay. And let's view the battlefield. Yeah, there's not actually anything in there that we wouldn't have been able to handle. Most of these new conscripts were actually built here. We could have taken that probably, but that might have triggered a counterattack, so not interested in that. I think we always had a pretty good defensive perimeter. We could have taken this, obviously, but considering our orders, I didn't really feel like pushing in there. Wasn't our main objective, and I didn't want to risk anything up here, especially since I didn't have a scout anymore, and my actual scout was busy watching Kiev, so didn't want to divert forces there. This perimeter now, in retrospect, probably wasn't necessary, but you never know how the scenario goes. In this case, I'd rather play it safe. I think we got some pretty good prestige out of this anyway. So that was that. Still one scenario behind, so I'm probably gonna play another one during the week. And then we're gonna meet at Vyazma again. Any more comments in the chat before I go? Yeah, we probably could have pushed in here, but as I said, I didn't want to take any risks. Playing blind, you have to take care that you're not running into anything, because I never knew whether there was going to be a second strike force behind the river here that I could have run into. And that would not have been good. We were busy defending down here, and another attack up here could have been disastrous. And I never really had the time to scout that out. And you also never know when the game is going to spawn something. Because technically, this is not the end of Russia. You know, technically this continues on there. So if it actually spawns anything at the edge of the map, that is to a certain degree legit. Because that's the east. There's actually no German forces up there in that direction. So there could be Russians coming in from there. Thank you, Goose. Mr. T-3441 in Kiev. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Honestly, if the briefing says I'm not supposed to go near Kiev, I'm not gonna go anywhere near Kiev. I mean, yeah, sure. If you know about the scenario and then you go in to try to attack, you can get some additional stuff, but no, playing blind. I also, especially since we're gonna play a little bit historical here, if this is about encircling Kiev and not about taking Kiev, that I'm not going to try and take Kiev. That would actually be not following orders. So I didn't miss that. I would never have tried to take it. Even if I had everything ready here to go, I would have kept them at a perimeter and not moved one bit. Because that's what the orders were. I was forbidden from going past that perimeter line. So I'm not going to go past that perimeter line. I also kind of played this just to go back to my plan here. I also played this like Brack was talking about, giving myself orders and then following them. I basically gave myself orders that these were the outer lines of our movement. We're not going to go outside of these diagonal lines. This is going to be our area of operations. This is what the divisions are ordered to take and hold. So my divisions had orders by me, by their corps commander, not to go past these lines, to hold these perimeters and take anything in between those lines. So my divisions followed my orders, and that's that. I think that's also important that you set yourself certain goals, and only after you have achieved everything that you have ordered yourself, then you can expand and say, okay, now that we have achieved that, what else can we take? And until the last moment here, we hadn't achieved everything yet. And right now, I'm still too spread out to try and go for more. I would now have to kind of revise my strategy again and say, okay, what do we do now? And technically, I wouldn't try to push further east until the pocket is collapsed, because that would not be a good idea. Now we need to prevent anything from the outside to get into the pocket until the pocket has been destroyed. So we really need to hold here to ensure that Kiev has been taken. So pushing anywhere further east from here would be negligent, and yeah, worthy of a court-martial, honestly. Pushing into Kiev, yeah, that not so much, but it's not really useful either. The point here was to enclose Kiev and cut them off from any support, not to take it. So anyway, we can talk about the strategies and all of that again once we do our live stream. We might actually, I'm gonna talk to Brock about that. Maybe we'll actually do 2 discussion live streams, because we're gonna have a lot of strategy to discuss. We're also gonna have to discuss the history of the entirety of Barbarossa. So maybe we'll do that in 2 steps, maybe 2. First discussing the one half of the Barbarossa campaign and the second half or something like that, just so we don't do a 6-hour stream or something like that. Yeah, don't worry about it, Goose. Takes time. I also use the entire AOE Creative Cloud for this, which I bought last year thanks to the what was that, Black Friday special, I think. So I have some stuff. Not that you would necessarily need such a high quality software to do something like that, but some of the graphics I use with that. I also, for the maps that I do in our live streams, I also bought an account on that website. So I'm putting your Patreon money to good use. So if anybody's listening to this, I'm always welcome for new Patreons. I'm actually putting that money mostly into the channel. Some of that money goes actually into supporting other channels, like for example the World War II channel, Sabaton History, some other people, I'm not sure. A lot of history channels, however, and they're buying microphones and better software and all kinds of crap. So I'm putting that to good use. If that actually goes up a lot, this money, I might actually, been thinking about that for a while, not that I couldn't afford it at all, on my own from my salary, but if I get some Patreon money to finance that, it would make it more likely to happen earlier. I actually wanted to ask Brack to maybe do a road trip and or several road trips and go visit some of the battlefields, first in Poland and then in France, maybe even in Norway. So just an idea. So anyway, until next time, I still have one more to go, so I'm right up with Brack again, so we can play with Yasma at the same time. So I'll do that during the week, as I said, maybe tomorrow, maybe during the week, I'll see. So until then, keep your heads up, folks. I'll see you on the next one.